This is the Iowa Weather Report for Monday, January 27th, 2014. And now our first look at the 0Z GFS model run. This is at noon today, and unfortunately I'm not showing very good news. A big trough over the upper Midwest, the plains, and the Great Lakes, with some energy moving out of the Great Lakes into the northeast and eastern Canada. And it's just going to be very cold, with some mostly to partly sunny skies across the state, but temperatures will be in the single digits below zero, maybe a few single digits above zero in the far south and southwest. Monday night into Tuesday, it'll be brutally cold, 20 below in the north and northeast, to teens and single digits below elsewhere. And then highs maybe below zero north and northeast in the east central counties, to single digits and lower teens. But then Wednesday, it starts to warm up, but unfortunately the wind picks up, so the wind chills will probably be lower. Highs on Wednesday, actual temperatures in the teens to maybe lower and middle 20s. But don't expect that to last, because another system comes through late Wednesday into Thursday. That could bring a few snow showers or a few flurries around, maybe a dusting at most across the area for any accumulation. Friday, we could see a little bit of activity just to our south over Missouri, and also off to our west over Nebraska and Kansas. But it looks like we could remain partly to mostly sunny, a few more clouds further south than in the north. And on Saturday, it still looks fairly cool, highs teens to maybe low to mid-20s. Cooler where there's going to be a lot of snow on the ground, and warmer where there'll be almost none or is no snowpack on the ground. Sunday is going to be fairly benign. It's going to be the same as Saturday, with pretty much sunshine, highs between about 10 and 24 across the state from northeast to southwest. And then we move to next Monday, the 3rd of February. We have a bit of a shortwave moving toward us. It'll be over the plains, some energy coming through the Baja California up into the central plains. And that could bring some Gulf moisture. It'll start to come in, and we could see some snow breaking out, especially late in the day next Monday across the state. Some heavy snow possible over southern Iowa down into Kansas and Missouri, but we still have a week to watch that. And then unfortunately in the extended period, it looks like the air is coming back from the North Pole again. So trough is pretty much over the eastern 3/4 of the country. It looks zonal, but in true form, it's coming out of the North Pole. So the temperatures maybe upper single digits to around 20. Some snow maybe across western Iowa, back into the plains. At the end of the forecast on February 11th, we have a fairly quick flow across the southern tier of the country from west to east. The northern tier of the country, the flow coming straight out of the Arctic Ocean and then across the northern tier of the country. That's going to keep the north cold, the warm fairly seasonal. Unfortunately, we're in the north, and that means it's going to stay cold, with some bouts of storms coming through that could bring us some decent amounts of snow. Satellite image from last evening, we had another one of those decent amounts of snow coming through, along with a lot of wind and some blizzard conditions. You can see that frontal system across the Great Lakes down into Missouri and Kansas, and then stretching back into Montana. Some clouds also elsewhere across the country. The watch warning map from last evening shows the blizzard warning across the Midwest, with some wind chill warnings, wind chill advisories, winter storm watch from southeast Texas to the Carolinas, and a lot of wind issues in the center part of the country. QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Friday evening at 6 o'clock, showing mostly a little bit of precipitation around here with a few flurries or whatnot. Best chances of precipitation across the Gulf Coast and the Pacific Northwest.